She couldn't hang. I'm back.
Hello, good morning and welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, dependent on where you are and what you're watching. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't made a video in quite a while, so I was driving along and I thought I'd stop this morning and show you my Stag. So, this is my 1974 Triumph Stag, and as you can see from the bulge on the bonnet, it has the Rover engine in it. The Rover engine that's fitted is indeed a 3.5 V8. So I'm sure there's people on here who originally followed this channel because I started out with the Rover P6, which of course had the 3.5 V8 in it, and will be pleased to know that this bad boy also has the same engine. The engine, I might add, which tried to kill me on more than one occasion, if you remember or have seen the videos. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I know I haven't been on in a while, but I just thought, why not make a quick video? The weather is good, summer is coming, and sure, why not? So this is it. It's in French blue. It's a 74 Stag, like I said, with the Rover engine, and I've had it for a while now. So I had to do a few bits and pieces to it when I got it. Nothing major, but just stuff, you know, the usual suspects: brakes, service, plugs. The wing here on the front left and the door, previous owner had an accident with them and he damaged the door. You can see a small mark in it, but that wasn't the worst of it. He then tried to fix it himself and sprayed it over in completely the wrong colour, and it was a bit mental looking. So I went to a paint shop here in Dublin called Vinnie Burns, and they got me the exact match, sanded down the door and the wing, and done a job in the shed and blew it in. Now, let me tell you, the reason I didn't go to extremes was I'm waiting for the weather to improve, and then I'm going to respray this car. So this vehicle was at one stage magenta, and I personally think, for me, magenta is the colour for a Stag. So around July or the end of June, when it gets really warm, I am going to respray this bad boy magenta, which I just love that colour. So this is, I thought I'd just show you around. So this is it. No complaints so far. She's got a few scabs, but like, haven't we all? She's in really good condition. Goes like an absolute rocket. I'll tell you what's very surprising about this car. This car is sporting the same engine, like I said, the Rover engine, the 3.5. And when I had the P6, the P6 was an absolute animal on fuel. I mean, it was phenomenally thirsty. This car, with the same engine, is much more economical to run. I can't understand why, I don't know why, but I ain't complaining and I'm happy. You can see here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see the small mark on the door. And she's got a few body scabs, unfortunately, but like I said, when the weather gets a bit better, I will sand the car over, smooth it out, do what needs to be done, and I think there was a phone call again coming in on my phone. Do the few bits that need to be done, straighten the body out, and then spray it. Although I tell you, French blue is nice, isn't it? It's not a bad colour at all. Another thing I'll tell you about this car. When I got it, the exhaust had like 50 million holes in it, okay? So, I managed to snare a stainless steel, there's two centre boxes underneath the driver and the passenger side, more or less. And I managed to snare two stainless steel boxes and two stainless steel rear pipes that then run back to the end of the exhaust, or the mufflers, or whatever you call them at the back, the twin pipes. When I fitted the new exhausts, she was much more quieter. Okay, granted, because the other exhaust had holes in them. She was much more quieter, but with the stainless fitted, And the Rover engine, it doesn't seem to have any kind of a burble. I mean, it's got a. Listen, let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate, kids. Just pop that out of gear. Tailpipes are a bit rough. Got to get the grinder out to them and spray them down. Don't know about that tow bar either. I think I might take that tow bar off. But as you can hear, it's not exactly got a, you know. I've seen other Stags and I had Rover P6, so I know what they sound like. But this fella's just really quiet. It's a strange one, isn't it? Let me see if I can just put this down for a second. Probably not. And I'll give it a rev. I don't know what you're seeing there, you're probably seeing the sky. Not exactly phenomenally loud. Not exactly phenomenally loud, is it? I mean, it's a strange one, considering it's now got a stainless steel exhaust on it. Anyway, let's crack on and we'll take it for a test run. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm going to apologise to you, because I have the wrong phone with me today, because I wasn't planning on making this video. So I don't have the right phone. So it's going to be shaking, and I'd imagine the picture is not the best. I'd imagine my head is massive in this video right now. Is it? I'd say it is. Because this phone, I've used this one before, and it's probably shaking like mad as well. I'm sorry. It's just off the cuff I decided to make the video. Anyway, let me tell you, right, bumps. So the Stag, when I was about 8 years of age, I'd say I was around 8 anyway, which would have made it around, I was born in 73, so probably 82, I don't know, I always feel it was in the 70s, but it probably wasn't. I found a Raz mag, Jazz mag, Born mag, whatever you like. I think it was called Reader's Wives, and I remember flicking through it, as you do, because you're a kid, you're inquisitive, you want to know what's going on in the world with females. And I was flicking through the magazine, and I came to the center page, which in America there's the centerfold. Maybe it wasn't, I can't remember. Anyway, I digress. What have we got shaking here, lads? Hold on a minute. And I just check my Stag electric window. Do you like that? Wow, a special effect. Stag electric window. Let me pull in here for a second, because it might stop it from shaking, and I might not. I locked that door. What are we getting there? Anyway, right, so I found this magazine when I was about 8 or whatever, and flicking through it, you know. And next of all, I open a page, and there's a photograph. Now, what I can remember might be the best. A photograph of this man, I think he had a brandy and he was smoking a cigar. And he had his ass on the bonnet of a Stag. And when I seen that car, oh my God, never forgot it. Like, you know when you're a kid and you see loads of different cars? Well, let me tell you something. The one car I remember the name of, and them twin headlights on the front, was that Triumph Stag. Oh, I just fell in love with it. I just thought I'd never seen anything like that in my life. And for some reason, I immediately put it out of my grasp. I was only 8 at the time. Maybe I was 10. I don't know. But I had a strong recollection of this, thumbing through this porn mag. I come to this page, full page advert for a Triumph Stag. And I think it was in magenta as well. And the dude is there, of course he has the woman, she's with him. He's the glass of brandy and the cigar, and I just thought, Holy shit, that is the car. That is a car. I've never seen a car like that. I probably never own a car like that. And I was just, don't want to titty women. They were disregarded. He was rip the page of the Stag out. I'm sure if I get into my parents' attic, I'd probably find it. Although I can't get into my parents' attic because we sold the house many moons ago. But yeah, that's where it began for me, in a Razmag, back in the late 70s, early 80s. The first time I seen a Stag, an advertisement for a Stag, and I was just in awe of it. But here we are, years later, 53, and thought it would never happen. And just by chance, a couple of months back, I was picking up this MG, this lovely little roadster I got, and I was chipping away at it. You know, it's finished now. I'll show you. I know I made a part 1 and never made a part 2, but I will. Just as I finished the MG and I was looking for something to do, Cian, that's the middle son, he's a mechanic. He said to me one day, he said, "Dad, did you see the Stag on Marketplace?" I said, "No." He said, "It looks really tidy." And he said, "It's like something you'd be interested in." So I contacted the guy, and lo and behold, we got chatting, and one thing led to another, and then he dropped the Stag up to me. And before I knew it, I own a Stag. And I'm still pinching myself, I have to be honest with you. I'm still pinching myself because I still don't believe I actually own a Stag, but I do own a Stag. And I'll tell you how bad it was. In Ireland, wherever you're watching this, in Ireland, when we do change of ownership, we send the previous seller, the guy who sells you the car, you fill out a logbook, you put your new details and address on it, you send it off to County Clare, Shannon tax office, and they register it in your name and they send it back. And we sent the book off. Book didn't actually get sent off till the start of April, 1st of April. And it took 4 weeks before the book came back. And I'm telling you, I was sweating bullets for those 4 weeks, because I had previously bought a Mercedes-Benz about 2 years ago, and they lost the book, and it was just a big rigmarole. And I was just saying to myself all along the way, oh my god, finally I get a Stag, finally I'm here, finally I've arrived. Like, Stag, I'm going to be honest with you, look, it's probably not your top 10 car. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But for me, a Stag is like, you know, it's Stag, Mark IIe type Jag, and the Citroen, the Citroen DS, which I used to think was also obtainable, but I don't think it is anymore. I always thought a Stag was unobtainable. Guess what? I'm sitting in a Stag. Anyway, point of the story was, I was like, oh my god, the logbook is gone, the logbook is gone. 4 weeks had passed, sent them emails, they didn't respond to me. Sweating bullets, you know, because it's just a big rigmarole to get that book sorted out, and I wanted the car in my name. Once I had the car in my name, I could relax. Went away on holidays to Lanzarote, got a phone call from son number 3, "Dad, logbook is finally here." I don't know what happened in the tax office, maybe it was a backlog or something, but they didn't bother their arse to answer any of my emails and left me sweating for 4 weeks. Like I said, if they hadn't lost the previous book, it wouldn't have bothered me. But because they did lose the previous book, it bothered me. Because the Stag is one of my dream cars. You know, when you're always waiting for something to, like, not make it real anymore, like it was a dream. Or, like I said, the Stag might be your dream car, so I can understand if you're sitting there saying to yourself, what is this guy on about? He's a waffler. Like, it's only a Stag. It is only a Stag. But to me, it's a dream car, you know. The P6 I picked, the P6 was a box that I picked for my father, which I loved as well. And I think for some people, for the purists, they want the Stag engine. Not for me. For me, to have the 3.5 V8 in this is a gift, because after what I went through with the P6, I now know this engine very well. Anyway, let's crack on for a bit of a shaky test drive. See how we go. I'd like to also just add to you, did the car meet my expectations? Did the car meet my expectations? Yes, and more. 4-speed with overdrive third and fifth, as you know. Buckets of power, loads of space, nice and clean. Nice motor. Came from the UK originally. I think it started out life as a red one, as a pimento red they call it. Then very early on in its life it was sprayed magenta, full body respray, and then for some reason it ended up French blue, which is what it is now. Since last we spoke, or you know, I've had a few garages. Well, I'm 53 years of age now. I have a nice garage, and it's fully equipped, apart from the ramp, which my son moans about. But a ramp is not the be all and end all. Get on your back, slide under that car. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I get on my back, I slide under the car. I mightn't necessarily get off my back and get from under the car as quick as I used to, but it's still doable. Everything else is in the garage. The point I'm telling you this is because I'm quite happy to spray now as well. I do a bit of painting, so I'm quite happy to spray the car magenta when the weather gets a little bit warmer. I mean, I have all the bits and bobs, but I don't have a heated spray. So, you know, as soon as it gets a little bit warmer, we'll get it sprayed up. So I'm just going to stop here for a second and move this camera to show you a bit of a different angle of the vehicle. Okie dokie, bear with me. I just pulled over here because I don't think this phone is terrible, let's be honest about it, and it's shaking all over the place. And as you can see, the actual, I've had to pull the screen back to 0.5. I don't know why it zooms in so close. Anyway, this is the car. This is the inside of the vehicle. Everything is original and everything is as it should be, except for the steering wheel. Steering wheel was changed by one of the previous owners. From what I can make out, there was 2 owners on it here in Ireland, and I don't know how many in the UK. Do have the UK registration. I must dig it out and see if anybody knows this car, but she's in very good condition. We got the taxi man's rosary beads on the seats there, as you can see, which I think are quite nice. Not an original feature, but you know the way the seats sag a bit. You've got your rear there. Roof is in good condition too, although I did paint it. It was look at the cover. I got the cover off of one of my kids. Well, they're not kids anymore, they're grown men now, but the cover is from when they were kids. This is a Nokia bloody, what's it called? Is it Nokia? No, it's not Nokia. Where am I? 1996. This is a Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and apparently it's very hard to get a new case for it because it's so old it's nearly obsolete. 10 years, I believe. Well, in my world, a phone that's lasted 10 years is a bloody good phone. But anyway, I digress. Here's the vehicle. Got all your clocks. Everything is working, except for one thing. When you turn up the key, let me see, I'm in gear now, so we'll just knock it out. Turn up the key, we get no dash lights. We get no ignition light. We get nothing, but everything works. All the dials work. You can see they all come up there. I just haven't gotten to that bit yet. And also, I have the fan running. There's an electric fan in there that's running constantly on the radiator, because I think one of the previous owners fitted the electric fan. I'm not being rude, I'm not insulting the chap. He's a lovely man. I spoke to him on the phone. I don't know if it was him or one of the other owners. I don't think they really knew how to replace the thermostat, because I think that's all it needs is the thermostat replacing, so as the fan will kick in again as usual when it's at a certain degree. So I'll get that job done as well. I'll tell you what I done yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before? I was checking the gearbox oil level, and the gearbox oil that was in here, I've never seen anything like it. It was like a milky kind of, it was like milk mixed with washing up liquid. So I drained it out, and I put in EP 8090, which is the recommended GL4, I think, not GL5. And I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but the overdrive stopped working, probably because when I drained out the old stuff, the mesh maybe in the overdrive got all the shit clogged into it, or maybe just the wire came off the solenoid, who knows. But again, another job I'll have to do, because when I changed the gear oil in the MG, the little Roadster, I was used the same gear oil 2050 using that. I wonder why you didn't use that in the Stag as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is her. Electric windows. Fans working 2 speeds. Choke is lovely. Heater works. Everything works as it should. Non-original steering wheel. I've thought about replacing that with the Stag steering wheel. I don't know yet. T-bar, roof. Oh, all delicious. Good view. This is called Finnegan's Hill. That over there, kids, is the coast, and up to your left there is Drogheda. I won't tell you where we are, but you probably know anyway. And there's me bulge, our matron. And we're back. God help us all. I'd say my head looks massive in this video. I've also reversed the camera, so she hasn't turned into, I don't know what way this is going to come out. Normally when you reverse the camera, it flips you onto the other side of the car. So before you all start asking the questions, no, it's not a left-hand drive, it's a right-hand drive. Let's continue on. Let's see how we go. Jeez, I hope this video works out. It's a long time since I made a full video. Put the old spectacles on. Do you remember that one? Spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch. I always think of that. Weirdo. Right, off we go. Let's see. Oh, I did make one little change that the purists wouldn't like. Down there, horn. Ah, Jesus. You need to be loud. If you're going to drive a 3.5 V8, you may as well have a loud horn to go with it. Would you not agree? Oh, she's still shaking. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Plus, my face looks really fat. Or is my face really fat? Jesus Christ, what are all these trucks doing out here today? Give it to beans, get your snipper now. So yeah, that's it, kids. I'll tell you what, we'll take it up to the garage, and I'm gonna pop a Yui here at the crossroads. Pop a Yui at the crossroads. Sorry I keep putting my hand over the lens, I'm just trying to fix the fucking thing. Everything works as it should, like I said. There's nothing that doesn't work. I'm trying to think of what the few jobs is that I had to do. I mean, it wasn't major stuff, there was a bit. And I've not really got anything left to do except for fix the old thermostat and get the fan sorted out again, so it's not running constantly. It doesn't bother me, but like, I wired the fan, I rewired the fan anyway. So I mean, it keeps the engine cool. It's a big old engine, isn't it? I have a few bits still to do. So what did I do? Let's see. Okay, let's see. We done a service. Filter and plugs. Oh yeah, oil filter. Fuels, the little inline filters. Plugs, oil, blah de blah. Oh, compression test was really good. Done a compression test, all cylinders. Can't remember what it was off the hand, but I checked it and it is what it should be. The door and the wing, they had to strip them down, respray them to make them look more presentable. They look dreadful. Oh, we had an issue with the brakes. Now the issue with the brakes was something I'd never seen before. So every time you were driving along, you would press on the brake pedal, the car would bang, bang, bang. I was like, holy shit, I've never come across that before. So of course, me being me, the pedal was pulsing. Straight to the front discs I go. Front discs off, new discs ordered, new pads, done the whole shebang. Back in the motor, drove her down the road. Bang, bang, bang. I was like, oh shit. Raging, okay. Wasn't pads and discs. Because I've had that before, you know, when pads and discs are warped, they get travel back up through the pedal. Anyway, I was just being lazy. Off we go, pulled everything off. Back shoes, never seen this one before. On the back shoes on the rear left, either side, you had that, you had the carbon, you know, the brakes. It had actually come off of the shoe, rolled around inside the drum, and when you were braking, it was catching on top of the other shoe. And this was making the car pull, and I've never seen anything like it. They've obviously never been changed, or I don't know. You could actually brake in hand. You could brake, I'm sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied. You could actually brake the carbon with your hands. It was like rubber, you could flex and bend it. So, changed them. Brakes now fixed. That's running fine. What else did we do? What else did we do? Jesus Christ. Doors, of course. Somebody cut fecking holes in the doors and put speakers in. Unbelievable. Speakers out, manky looking yokes. Radio mobile, whatever. I had to get some covered material, recover the doors. I only covered over where the holes for the speaker were, and it came out okay. She only came with one wing mirror. I was wanting to put on a wing mirror on the left, and I got a mirror, and it was a different style, so I didn't bother. I just left it, kept the mirror. I'm not mad about the bulge at the front, that does me head in, but that has to house the carbs because of the way the engine is sitting. I think whoever put the engine in originally, he could have dropped it down a little more, but didn't. But when you look at the car, you might have seen it in one of the earlier clips, when you look at the car, the downpipes coming down, they're very low. I don't like how they sit under the car, I don't like how they look, but it is what it is. I mean, what am I going to do about it, you know? Change the engine. There is a Triumph engine for sale on Dundee. The guy wants $5 grand for it. I'm happy to stay with the 3.5. Doesn't bother me. Pipes bother me. The look bothers me at the front of the car. Looks a bit manky, but it's not the end of the world, you know. Change the exhaust. Change the exhaust system. Exhaust system, that was something else. Do you know, I had a carbon monoxide alarm in the garage, and I was bringing it down to the house one day for some reason, so I put it into the Stag. Started the Stag, the alarm went off, couldn't shut the alarm off. I drove about 30 minutes back to the house with the alarm going off. couldn't shut it off. I had to wrap it around. I put it inside 2 bloody fleeces and a blanket. Oh, anyway, pleased to say there's no more carbon monoxide leaking out the exhaust. Now that that's all sorted, I know, you know, I used to keep diaries and books, and I don't bother anymore. The same way as I used to make videos, and what happened was I got fed up. Everything's taking so long. If I make a video on how to change an oil filter, it takes forever. If I just go and do the oil filter, it takes like less than half the time it would have taken filming it. And I guess it's the same with the book, and it's a bit of laziness on my behalf. Instead of me writing everything down that I've done and everything that I've purchased and bought, I'm just cracking on and doing it. So, have I spent that much money on this vehicle? I don't think I have. Then again, what does it matter? I just spent it anyway. So let me show you a few bits that I love about this car, okay? I know it's weird, but partly I think the reasons that, you know, we all love cars, apart from driving them, is we all love to look at them. And sometimes it's funny little pieces for me. I'll show you things that I just think are cool. This mirror, for example, I know you think I'm a bit mental, but this mirror, I think it's called a flat glass mirror, is slightly, it's different to the other ones I ordered, to the other one that I got, and to the other ones that I've seen on the Stags. I just love it. Look how thin it is and how elegant. Someone told me they were from a Jag. Now I don't know. and the nice flat glass. I just love that. Do you remember that? Do you remember that video I made? Things I love about my P6. Well, this is things I love about my Stag. Mirror, cool as shiznits. Fuel filler. Fuel filler cap. I'm sounding all American now. Sorry, American guys. Fuel filler cap I think is cool as well, you know. Fuel filler cap is cool as fudge. That back seat. These lights over here, let me show you. The little things, you know. Fucking flies, Jesus Christ. There's a smidge of the original colour in there. Look, well, second original colour if you like. This fella here. See them interior lights? Where would you get them little? You know, like, I love that. I do, I love it. I just love it. Here, see the taxi man's rosary beads on the seats? They actually do look good, don't they? They work, like, they look cool. Let me show you the engine. She is, ladies and gentlemen. Say it with me now. Say it loud and say it proud. The 3.5 V8 Rover Special. Here she is. Not as clean as the one I used to have in the P6, mind you, but you know, we'll get to this in turn. Bit of Mr. Muscle. Again, no reflection on the previous owner, and something I haven't got to yet, but he or she mounted the kill switch over there beside the battery. I don't know, I'm sure they had their reasons, but we'll rectify that. And another little ingenious piece of pipe work here. If it works, it ain't stupid. That's what they say. I will rectify that as well. But that's the engine there. This little expansion tank, we had to get that repaired the other day. She had 4 holes in the bottom and was just pissing water everywhere. So that was brazed. Got that done. The fan, like I said, the electric fan is sitting there. That'll be sorted out. Get the thermostat connected back up again. Not mad about them 2 cone filters, but they serve a purpose. You can see the original, well, again, it's not the fucking original, but the magenta over there, which is what she was. And that's the power plant. That's the beast. Oh, how could I forget this fella? Power steering pump. Power steering pump was in a heap when I got it, so I've rebuilt the power steering pump. I managed to get a rebuild kit from a chap down in Cork. So we rebuilt that, replaced the belt. Yeah. Do you know, I think the French blue is quite nice. It is a nice colour, but it's just not the colour that I want. I want that magenta colour. That's just how that is. And I'd rather not have the bonnet bulge, but that's just how that is. I'm not complaining. I know it sounds like I am, but I'm very happy. I know I don't sound it either, but I'm just not feeling. I'm not feeling like really well today, but sure, that's life. So that's it, kids. That's my little impromptu video I made off the cuff of the Stag while I was on the way. Well, I was on the way somewhere. I was actually just out for a drive. I just thought I'd make a video and say how are you. I don't even know if I'll put this video up or not, but I might. But this is it, lads. That's it. That's one of the dream cars. 1974 Stag. Didn't disappoint. Does what it says on the tin. I have no issues. I'm delighted I got it. I love it. I think it's great. So for now, over and under, and God knows when I'll see you again. But stay handy.